Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This video is about the two best weapon buffs in the game, Curse Weapon and Light Weapon. I'll be showing you some damage numbers. I'll be showing you some gameplay testings that I've been doing. So hopefully you get an idea of which one is best for you. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so this video is all about PvP. If you're watching this video for PvE, then I just strongly recommend you use light weapon, just because most of the enemies in the game have very low magic defenses. So you can use light weapon to have a better advantage, and you can also use magic with it, and you can use moon weapon, crest weapons, and etc. I just want to get that out of the way so I don't waste your time watching the video. But if you want to learn some new things, then just stay and watch it. Okay, so now to compare these two buffs, I chose to have two different builds completely. Both of them focus solely on the buffs. One of them just for curse weapon, the other one just for light weapon. And I chose one weapon that they can both use. And my weapon of choice is Sharp Witchy Katana maxed out +5 because that's just my favorite weapon. Okay, so these are the stats of both the builds I did. They're both level 125. On the left side is Cursed Weapon and the right is Light Weapon. For Cursed Weapon, I chose to have more Vitality build. It's just me preference because I like having more health for surviving backstabs and parries. But you can also go with 50 Vitality instead of 70 and then go higher endurance like 40 endurance and then strength. No, leave strength at 18 for the katana. Dex at 50 just to have a little more damage, but it's only 19 more AR. But the 40 endurance is really good too. That's like just the basic cursed weapon build. Light weapon, this is like the best I could come up with. Again, I'm using the Sharp Witchy Katana, so I need 18 strength and I need some dex to have some more damage, and I chose to have 30 magic just to have the best damage from the buff as I can. You can go more, but it won't make a huge difference. So 30 is like probably the best cap for it. All the testing's been done with the katana one-handed, and the exact damage number from the screen stats for light weapon is 290. For the curse weapon build is 310. And after the buffs, the light weapon goes all the way up to 533, and the curse weapon goes up to 465. Also to note, for the cursed weapon, I am using a cracked talisman of beast. And if you don't know what cracked means, I don't have all the stats like if you've seen before to wield the talisman, but I still get the benefits of the damage buff. And instead of getting 1% HP damage over time by the buff, you only get 1 HP. So it's like you won't even see it. And for the light weapon, I'm using Insanity Catalyst, which is like the best catalyst right now. So you can see I'm playing in the background the testings I did. It's probably a little bit faster because in the real test I had to stop and ask him for the numbers. So after the both videos play, I'll post all the numbers I got. But they really pretty much similar, as you can see right now. The biggest difference that I could tell right away was the push open attack from the light weapon, because the push also does damage, and the crits from curse weapon. Those are the major two differences. Dude, I am human too, so I don't have no extra damage buffs from the character tendency or the world tendency. And my opponent is also soul level 125, and he doesn't have any armor different. Well, the armor is actually different too. So there's two different testings I did. I did one with a physical tech, which is the first video playing, and then the second video is gonna be versus a faith build. His is like a hybrid faith with Northern Regalia. So he had I believe it was 60 vitality and 42 faith. And I tested this too, so you can see the difference, because faith builds actually have higher magic resistance. So you'll do a little bit less damage with light weapon. I wanted to showcase that too. You don't see it that much of a difference. Like, I still think light weapon is still very good, but there's some play here. So I played the video twice of both. The first video was played twice of the physicals, testing against a physical, by the way, and then the second video was against his faith regalia build. And these are the numbers I got. As you can see, the light weapon is a little bit stronger, but in the video you barely even notice the difference, except on the open attack, which is like a huge difference. You can actually see it. And on the curse weapon, the crits were just massively different. So it's like two different playstyles here. These are the numbers. Look at them. You can pause the video if you want. So basically it comes to like how you play. Like if you use more R1s and light attacks and heavy attacks and you don't go for crits, then light weapon might be better for you. But remember, faith builds have higher magic resistance, so you'll be a little bit at a disadvantage. Not by much, but you will be at a huge disadvantage if your buff goes away, because then you would just, your only option will be to switch to a moon weapon or a crest weapon, but they'll have higher magic resistance anyway, so you'll be a little disadvantaged. For the curse weapon, it's like you do lower damage, but you can barely see it. It doesn't make that much of a difference. But the crits are huge, and you don't have to worry about faith builds because you'll still be doing a lot of damage. But you would be at a disadvantage if they use Warden, which is blocks like 70% of physical damage, and light weapon would just wreck Warden, and moon weapons, crescent weapons. But when it comes to just pure physical, like curse weapon, you'll be in trouble fighting somebody Warden. You'll have to like passively wait for him to come out of it and stuff like that. So in conclusion, that's what it comes up to. I'm gonna post some pros up here right now. These are the pros that I came up with. This is the pros for curse weapon, and then these are the pros for light weapon. For me personally, I would rather, if it's like a tournament, I would just go with curse weapon. Just because the fact that a lot of people play passive too. Like if you see in the video, I'm fighting my good friend who did the testing, and having a shield up the whole time playing passive. It's kind of like the best way to play faith builds, honestly. So it's kind of be annoying, but it's the best way to play, and you're gonna run out of your buff. Even if you play aggressive like the way I did, you can get parried and just die or whatever. So I would rather just have a character that even if my buff goes away, I don't have to worry about anything. I can just still fight. That's why I chose curse weapon. Also the stat requirements, like you can see how I made a high vit. This is the way I like to play. So you can play with stats more. On light weapon, it's like you're stuck with that build. Like you can't really play with your stats much, and you're like stuck just the way it is. And you can't use that much weapons either because you have to put stats into magic. So that's like a little downfall. But hey, like I said, both builds are really good. I can use both builds effectively and still do good. So I guess it's more of a preference, but you heard my preference. If somebody asks me that they don't, which build should I use, I would just strongly recommend for PvP use curse weapon. Just because it's more versatile. You can just, like I said, play with the stats more. You can have even more weapons to use. You could probably make a quality curse weapon build and use a lot more weapons. So, but I'm not saying light weapon is bad. I'm just saying that I prefer to use curse weapon. So that's my take. That's my choice. It's all up to you. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.
Hey guys, if you like the video, subscribe so you can get more notifications when I post up stuff. Oh, and don't forget to leave a like. Thank you.